about, go right ahead.
Yeah.
So, guys, we are live now on all the platforms, on YouTube, on Twitter, previous Twitter, right now it's X, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys, very first webinar of this year. And we are going live with our very special guest that you really will love 100%, just, I promise you. Steve Rosenbaum. Steve, thank you so much for joining us today. And first of all, how are you doing? How did you celebrate the New Year party?
Oh, absolutely. And Mike, Amit, everybody here, Happy New Year to everybody. 2025 is going to be a great year for everybody. And I'm excited. I think this is the first of many times that I hope to join you on this program because I love Boomerang Me. And I've got a lot of experience with loyalty programs, and I just want to share with people because it is such a great way to get clients, such a great way to make clients successful. And the work that you guys have done is incredible. But I'm probably getting way ahead of myself. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, we too. I mean, it's 100%. Amit, happy to see you too today. How did you
Same here,
celebrate?
Mike. Yeah, it was 6 days of pure sleeping to recharge myself, and just family gatherings. Just it was cool, and it was like a moment of celebration. Plus, we were excited about what we did the previous year as well. I think Mike has already published it on LinkedIn as well already. And Happy New Year to everybody who is joining us.
Yeah, guys, thank you for joining us at early morning by Pacific time, probably midday somewhere in Eastern Coast. And very first webinar of this year, we prepared very strong and interesting agenda. And Steve did a great job. I watched his presentation in advance of this live session, and I want to say it's brilliant. It's exactly what you asked for a while. It's about how to get attention of your potential customers, how to generate the demand as well, and how to actually generate the first meetings with prospects to close the deals, to generate some first revenue. Because the first revenue, it's like with the first love, it's the hardest thing to do as a first step. But after you did it once, twice, 3 times, it will be easier, simple journey for you. You can repeat it as many times as you want. I'm 100% sure. I did it by my own, definitely. And here we are to actually discuss how to kick it off from the ground, how to get the first meetings and close the first deals. I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to also congrats you with the new year. This year will be 100% better, I'm pretty much sure. Steve, I think stage is yours, and yeah.
Beautiful.
We will be happy to support.
Well, thank you for that. And in a moment, I'm going to share my screen. And guys, I'm not as familiar with this platform. Oh, I see the present button there, so I assume that's what I do. But before I get started, I want to introduce myself to folks. I see a big audience here, and I know there's even more online. And many of you may not know who I am. If you do, why don't you say hi, say you know who I am, say I know you, or something like that. If not, say I don't know you. That's okay too. But I know looks can be deceiving. I know I look like I'm only 29 years old. but why are you laughing, Amit? That was not supposed to be funny.
All right, no, anyway. I thought you were 19.
But I've been selling for 4 decades. Hey, Mohammed, beautiful. Thank you, my friend. I've been selling for more than 4 decades. All right. That's always been my profession. And I learned how to do automation, the things that we do today in GHL. I've been honing strategies for this for those 4 decades. I embraced technology early on in my sales career. And I mean, way back in the mid 80s when I got my first computer and I was selling with people and started using technology to automate sales. And here's what I learned. Here's what I discovered. It's never just about the software. You have to have a strategy. And Mike and I have spent long discussions talking about the importance. We agree on the number one strategy, and that is customer retention. Customer retention is so much more important. It's so much easier, faster, safer, cheaper than going out and getting new customers. And keep that in mind, because those words are going to be words that are going to help you land customers. You're going to hear a story. I'll tell you a story about one of my biggest clients that I land that paid me for $3,000 a month for more than 13 years. And he's still using the same system I built for him way back then, because he says, and by the way, he uses a loyalty program since way back then. Unfortunately, that particular customer is not using our program because he's been doing this for 13 years. And Mike was in diapers back then. But the importance of loyalty programs is you get them plugged in, they'll never unplug, and they'll never want to unplug, because here's something else that I've discovered. The people, his customers that use the loyalty program, average customer value is more than 250% greater than customers that aren't using the points. Think about those things for a second. Think about number one, loyalty program is an easy way for you to get customers. Loyalty program is an easy way for you to keep them from churning. And a loyalty program is great for your clients because when they use it and use it efficiently, their customers spend 250% more with them than those that don't. Who likes those 3 tips? Because those 3 tips alone, it would be a great webinar if I stopped right there, but I've got a whole presentation for you. How do you like that? Sounding pretty good?
Sounds amazing. I just want to say, it's all of a sudden for me, but everyone knows about importance of retention. Everyone knows it's cheaper to retain your existing customers than acquire them. But my professional question to you as a retention expert, why no one do the retention instead of acquisition? Your perspective on it.
My perspective is everybody's missing the boat, but I'm not arguing, because it puts me in a blue ocean, right? Instead of the red ocean where you've got 60,000 GHL agencies all trying to sell the same software package, we're in a blue ocean because nobody's talking about this. But literally, when I say to customers, I help you bring customers back to buy from you over and over and over again. In fact, the name of my company is Flawless Follow-Up for that reason, okay? When I say that to people, those business owners, they raise their hand and say, I need your help. And the thing is, they're all upset at marketing agencies that are just trying to get them new leads, because those leads only convert 3% of the time, which means they fail 97% of the time. And so many marketing agencies burn clients because the clients spend a lot of money up front. They go several months before seeing results, and then they leave and they're upset. They say, I just wasted $6,000, $10,000, $15,000. So Mike, I don't know the reason why. I'll just tell you that it is, and it's a great opportunity for all of us that are here right now.
Yeah, 100% sure. But I can't, at the same time, I can't say that no one really does retention, right? Because we all knows how it works on Starbucks side, how it works on McDonald's side. All the big brands already nailed it. 100% true, because this is the reason, from my perspective, truly I believe in that. This is the only one reason why they are so big and so huge, because they do not, waste all the money on acquisition every time. They understand and understood actually how to retain their existing foot traffic, capture properly, follow up with them, and get them back again and again and back and forth, and generate really repeat and stable business for a while. And it's so simple for me. It really, it's probably not so simple for everyone in local businesses. And again, I 100% agree with Steve in terms of the opportunity side of it, because everyone sells acquisition services. It's not something new. You can open any web agency, web page, landing page, and trying to actually break down their services, what they offer. And you will, in 99.9% cases, you will see acquisition, the Facebook ads, the Google ads, the website development, search engines. Everything is important, 100%, right? You have to get the first demand, the first traffic. But if you don't know how to work with them and how to get them back, you probably putting the water into the drilled something. It's really even sounds strange, but in real world it's much more worse. So it's about the opportunity. 100%. I love this statement. Can support
Beautiful.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. By the way, I'm monitoring the chat here. Jake, you're asking, do we have stats on the 250% increased revenue for businesses? So that's anecdotal. Okay, that's a story about my client. That's what my client is doing with his loyalty program. However, I do have some stats, and I have not included them in this presentation, but stick with us to the end, and I'll dig up some stats that you can use that are documented stats that you could use to help you with this with clients. So I love that. Stats are great. Craig is asking a question that I think would be great for you, Mike, and Amit to address maybe at the end here, if that's okay. All right. Shall we go on? I do have a presentation about painless prospecting. May I share it?
Yes, please. You're more than welcome here.
Okay, let me get it up on my screen here. And then let me get back here and make sure that I'm doing this correctly. All right, I almost pushed the button and said leave studio. That's not good. All right. Oh boy. Okay, I'm almost here.
Present, share the screen,
okay,
and
right?
select desired tab.
Now, are you seeing the full screen where it says painless prospecting?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
It's already there.
Excellent. Let's hide that. There we go. All right, so today we're going to talk about painless prospecting, the introvert's guide to booking high-value client meetings. And, I said that because I've been doing this a long time, and I've always coached salespeople, and sometimes you're just a little shy about reaching out to people. They don't know what to say the first time, or they're afraid of rejection. And don't worry, I'm going to clear that all up for you today, all right? So here's what we're going to go over. First of all, we're going to talk about who do you call on. Second of all, we'll talk about what do you say and also what don't you say that could get you in trouble or lose a sale. I'm going to show you a very, very cool case study, and it got even cooler yesterday with Amit's help. And then I'm going to leave you with some tips for success. How's that all sound? I always love feedback. Yeah, I always love feedback, folks. Tell me, which of these 4 bullet points do you like best? I know you're going to see them all anyways, but I always love that feedback. So I just like to know where everybody's head's at. What are you guys looking forward to?
I can say, I guess not even for everyone, but for the majority, that really this is the most popular question from our community to us: how to break the ice. What I gonna do say first time when I meet my prospect first time? What's my first pitch? How to say it properly? From what to start, and so on and so forth. It's not so obvious, I'm gonna say, and definitely we have to break it down today.
Beautiful. We're going to do that. Ronan agrees with you too. So I always know that that's always very popular. So let's get started. All right. So first of all, we'll get started right away. I'm going to kind of lump all 3 of these together because as I present them, it's all going to come out naturally. It's all going to come out. I do a lot of, you'll hear me telling a lot of stories, doing a lot of role play. We'll have a lot of fun with this. All right. So let's talk about when you're prospecting, who can you call on? There's really, I'm going to break it down to 3 types of leads. The first one are cold leads. And people ask me about this all the time. They ask me, hey, should I do cold calling? Should I do cold email? And I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of it. And as you know, I've been doing this for 4 decades, all right, selling. I have never been successful with cold email and cold leads. Now, you can go out there and you can find people that are successful. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you I don't like it. I'm going to tell you I always feel spammy and salesy, just like this vacuum cleaner salesman, right? Because you're always interrupting somebody. Whenever you reach out to somebody unannounced, you're always interrupting. There's nobody sitting by the phone or sitting by their email waiting to hear from a salesman. It just doesn't happen. So I think it puts you on the defense from the very beginning. So Eva and Ronan and those of you that are, concerned with what do you say? You're right. What do you say when you're this guy knocking on the door and there's a frazzled mother dealing with a baby, opening the door, what do you say? There's not much. There's not much, right? There's not much that's going to make that a more comfortable situation. So again, there are people that are successful with this. And if that's what you want to do, then I'm not the guy for you. And I just want to be very upfront about that. And I'll tell you some more reasons. It's getting harder and harder every day to do cold outreach. You probably heard about this last year. Over here on the left, okay? Google, Yahoo, Microsoft Outlook, all the email service providers, the ESPs, all of them have a big crackdown on cold email. The secret to cold email is volume. The volume, okay, which by the way, takes a lot of work, a lot of organization, a lot of money to get it set up right and maintain it the right way. So if you think that's the easy way to do it, it's not. All right. But Google, Yahoo, Outlook, all the email service providers, they made it a ton harder last year. And if you don't know what you're doing, your email is just simply not going to get delivered. Your email address is going to end up getting blacklisted, and it's going to spiral downhill from there. All right. So far we've talked about cold email, cold lead, cold calling. Number one is awkward at best. You're always on the defense. It doesn't look good. It's not a good look on you. All right. Google doesn't like it. The email providers don't like it. And if you want to use text messaging, then we've got this thing called A2P 10DLC to contend with. All right. I did a whole report here on A2P 10DLC, a whole resource guide for anybody that uses text messaging and you send text messaging in the US, you better be following A2P 10DLC. And it's getting tougher and tougher every single day. And so if you guys are interested in that, let me know. We can make arrangements to get you that report later. All right. But these are the reasons I'm not a fan of cold leads. So today, that's as much time as I want to spend on cold leads. I want to teach you things that are successful and things you should be doing. Fair enough? You guys cool with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to interrupt to ask one question from you guys. Yeah. Mohammed reported that the stream is very laggy and jumpy, and all of you are badly pixelated, blah, blah, blah. It's a question regarding the quality. Guys, could you please give me a plus in the chat if you see and hear us clear and good, just to make it sure that we are streaming in the good quality and always going by the plan. Quality is good. Okay. Mohammed, it looks and sounds like some local issue on your side. Please reconnect and try another internet source, please.
Okay, excellent.
Hope it would be decision.
Excellent. By the way, Susan, lots of points I know here. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you all. All right. So let's move on to warm leads. Now, this is a screenshot actually from, I give this to my clients all the time. All right, because I did a product a little while ago, a couple of years back, and it was called Zero Resistance. Zero Resistance. And it's all about reaching out to people you're already connected with. I call them connected leads, but these are warm leads, right? And if you think about it, look at the screen, even take a screenshot of the screen and look at how many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 18 different places here. And I bet you there's double that many that you probably have contacts already. People that are already connected to you in some way. So if you spent a couple hours gathering all those leads from all those places, you'd be amazed at the size of the list that you already have. And the good news is these people, they've already contacted you. You're already connected to these people. They are warm. You're not going to have that awkward feeling. Look, I just reached out this morning to people that I hadn't talked to in months. And what did I say? I said, yeah, Happy New Year. Let's catch up. But I could reach out to them in April and say, hey, happy spring. Let's catch up. You could always think of a reason to reach out to people and say, let's catch up. It's never awkward if you're already connected to that person. So right here, one of the easiest ways to get over that awkwardness of what do I say to people is talk to people you already know. Mike and I bumped into each other in Dallas. We hadn't seen each other in months, but man, it was so easy just to, hey, Mike, great to see you. Great to meet you in person. You're already connected to people. It's so much easier, and they're going to be happy to hear from you. So my first advice for what do you say is talk to people you already know. It makes it that much easier. So simple, but it's so true. And you probably don't even realize how many leads you have. Now, by the way, a lot of what I'm teaching you right now, I'm teaching you for you and your agency. But I also want you to know this is one of the first services that I provide when I take on a client. They've got leads in all these different places, and they need to gather them up. They need to clean them up. Now we could do a reactivation campaign. We could tell them about our brand new loyalty program, right? So this is something that you could do for your clients, and you could easily charge a couple $1,000s to do this for somebody to get their clients all straightened out. It's one of the very first things that you could do for people and get them all into their high level account and then get them onto the loyalty program, right? So this is a great way for you to kick off your brand new service. Let's continue talking about warm leads.
Can I add a couple of cents in addition of that? I just want to say it's so true. It's so true even for me. I just want to tell my story because story it's all we are all about. And when I started my agency, it was 17 years ago. It's really hard to speak about this right now. But the first website that I did for myself, for my agency, to show how can we create the websites. It was at this time it was made on WordPress, very early version. I don't remember the version exactly how it was, but it was not so good, to be honest. But it was much better than the average can do at this time. And the second website I did for my father's business. And the third website I did for my grandfather's business. It's just so true story about everyone, because the first and simple thing how to sell something, it's to start from your first circle. I actually teach how to do that properly in my course, free educational course that you can get absolutely for free by joining our school community and go to the classroom and start watching it. First circle, we describe it, the second circle and the third circle, and only after these steps, it makes sense to move forward and start reaching out to the cold guys. But it's really 100% simpler, cheaper, and easier to start reaching out to people that you already know. Steve, just want to say absolutely so true. I can sign above any word that you said about that.
And I'm really glad you said that. And I'm going to add another story here because sometimes we let our brains get in the way. All right. And maybe you think, I don't want to reach out to people I already know. I don't want to pitch them. I don't want to sell them. But let me dispel that myth for you because that's what it is. It's a myth. All right. Because the reality is there's people you already know. They're looking for the service that you provide. All right. So you're not selling them anything they don't want. You're just you're creating awareness. And I'll prove this to you. All right. The day that I got fired from my job, which was in 2009. Okay. So 15 years ago, going on 16 years ago. Okay. And the day I got fired from that job, I went home. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I'm gonna have to start my own business. So I did this. I went to all the people that I was connected to, and I sent out a message, and I said, "Hey, you know me. I used to work with so and so. I want to let you know I'm no longer with them, and I'm available if you got any work. Anything I can help you with, please let me know." It was something simple like that, right? And I sent it out to everybody that I knew. And I want you to, this is a very, very important part. Listen carefully to this one part, okay? I didn't even filter my list. I took nobody off that list. I just went and I got all the contacts from LinkedIn. In those days, you could download them. That was beautiful, okay? I took all my contacts from LinkedIn. I took all my contacts from my email program, from all these different places, even from my in those days, I probably even had a physical address book, right? Made a list, blasted out a message. I got 2 clients on the very, very first day. If I thought about these people and wrote them down, the 2 people that hired me would never have made my list. I didn't even think One person, I didn't even know he knew me. The second person, I didn't even think he liked me. Okay. And the reason why was because I was a sales manager for a company. He was one of my customers, but he was a customer that never paid his bills. All right. So every conversation I always had with this guy is, hey, Jim, we got this invoice here. You ever going to pay us, you deadbeat? So I mean, he didn't like me. Right. But then he calls me up. He says, Steve, he said, he says to me, he says, do you know how to do a PowerPoint presentation? That's what he hired me to do. He said, I got a project. I need a PowerPoint presentation. Second rule, folks, never name the price first. All right. Never name the price first. So I said, sure, Jim, I know how to do a PowerPoint presentation. I said, what's your budget? And he says, I'm thinking maybe $500. He says, does $2,500 sound fair? I said, Jim, it might be a little low, but I'll do it for you just this first time. All right. So 2 things there, folks. Don't let your head get in the way of this, because your head will probably block out somebody that might be looking to hire you. And then the number 1 rule of negotiation is the first person to name a number loses. All right. So don't be that first person to name a number. All right. Good stuff. Ready to move on? All right.
So true.
Networking events, folks. Okay. This is automatically by definition, warm leads. Everybody, why do you go to a networking event? It's to meet people. Everybody there is looking to meet you, and you're looking to meet everybody else. All right. Take advantage of them, but have a plan and have a system. Don't go in there and just chit chat. All right. When I go there, and my number 1 goal is to get to talk to everybody and get them into my system, into my funnel. I've got a clever way of doing this. I wear a smartwatch, and people ask me for a business card, and I have a QR code on my smartwatch, and the QR code, it doesn't take them to a digital business card. Everybody takes you to a digital business card. No, it doesn't do that. It gets them to send a text message into GHL. So immediately when they do that, number 1, I've captured them already. Number 2, while I'm standing there, I send a follow-up message, and they look and they say, that is so cool. How do you do that? I'm like, great. You probably need that for your business. All right. So the bottom line is, when you go to a networking event, have a plan, have a strategy, have things in place, know what you're going to say, and try to get these people into your system and try to touch every single person in the room. If anybody wants to drag you into a conversation, you know what you say to them? Hey, you know what? I don't have time to go into that right now. How about if we set up a call? I'd love to help you with that. Scan my watch. It's going to send you a note with a link to my calendar. Schedule a call. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We can spend an hour tomorrow. We can spend 2 hours tomorrow. Okay? So when you go to a networking event, make sure you're going there with a strategy, and make sure you're going there with the system set up. I bet we can come up with all sorts of ways to do that with Boomerang, right? Just get them to create a digital card right away or something like that. This will be a fun project, guys. We should figure this out afterwards. We should come up with a strategy for how to do networking events. How's that sound, guys?
That's amazing. I can't add nothing to this.
Well, you can help me with the strategy, but we'll do that. We'll do that separate. We'll make that a workshop. Let's make that a future workshop.
Yeah, and let's announce it properly, guys. We will be really happy to see you next week from Tuesday to Thursday. And we will do our next 3rd workshop, where we will teach you how to get first 10 appointments effortlessly without any move your finger, using AI tools like it should in 2025, where live in the future, as I prefer to say usually. And we will leverage AI tools. We will learn them. We will understand them, and we will master them together. We will not only just see the presentations next week, we will sit together, we will share the screen, we will do all the steps together with you and move through the whole process from A to Z to set up the platform and start getting the leads automatically. Steve absolutely will highlight a couple of major things from this process today and explain you the idea behind that, to understand the reason why you have to be next week with us during the 3-day workshop. please welcome to sign up. Let me please put the link into the chat. Steve, do not want to interrupt you more. Sorry.
You're not interrupting at all, Mike. We're not. This is. I've been looking forward to this, and I've got as much time as people will give me today. I love this. I love helping. Mohammed, yeah, of course I'm on LinkedIn. You could find me. Just look at my name, and you'll see my face there. All right, now. So before I move on from networking events, folks, have a great introduction. Work on this. All right. You've heard it as a USP or an elevator pitch. Have that. But here's a couple great things about your introduction. All right. Number one, don't tell people that I do so and so. I'm a marketing agency. Tell them the results you get for people. All right. And then leave them with a question, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. They'll say, hey, Steve, what do you do? Well, I help businesses maximize revenue per customer by getting them to come back to buy over and over again, which is something every business needs, isn't it? All right. So when I say that, which is something every business needs, isn't it? What do you think they say? They usually say yes, or they say, how do you do that? And I'll say, excellent. You should see all my testimonials. All right. So, but no, I mean, how do you do that? Well, that's a process. If that's something, can you use that in your business? If you could use that in your business, if you're looking for somebody that could bring back customers to buy from you again, does it make sense that we set up a strategy call and then I could show you how I do this? All right. So that's how, don't just have an elevator pitch. It sounds like you're reading something from a piece of paper. Engage them in the conversation. And the best way to engage them in the conversation is to leave it with a question. Hey, that's something every business needs, isn't it? All right. It invites them to continue the conversation, and that's what you want. You're looking for the people that want to know more. But don't tell them everything. Remember, you got a whole room to work. Don't tell them everything. Hey, scan my watch. Hey, get into my funnel. Hey, schedule a call. Or if you're just not ready for it, just let's exchange cards and I'll call you later. If you want to do it the old-fashioned and the physical way for now until you get a better system, that's fine too. Just make sure you engage in a conversation like that. All right, ready to move on?
One simple thing that I just want to add. I have my very special rule. I'm not sure it's my only very own and it's my invention. Absolutely not. I learned here this long time ago, but my rule number one for the salespeople that I hire for my team, actually I hired 4 sales department. This is my 4th one in my career. And the first thing that we sit and do together is to break down the list of 100 open-ended questions for the sales department, because the best thing to start any conversation is to start from open-ended question. Like, how are you? You cannot say yes or no. You have to think and you have to answer somehow by topic, right? And this is the best thing, because if you did it once, if you create the 100 question, open-ended question, right now with ChatGPT, you can do it very fast. But my suggestion to you guys is to do it by your own, to make the right memory of it. And whenever you will get your 100 open-ended question, you can continue any conversation for any time you want to continue. And you can skip whenever you want again, right? Whenever you get something that you want, you can push it forward to the next step. Let's catch up after the 1 week, or let's schedule a call and we will continue on the call after. Sorry for that, Steve.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a great addition. I love that idea of 100 open-ended questions. And right there answers the question that people are asking. What do you start with? Yeah, do that. Start with an open-ended question. Get them talking. Another rule of negotiation, okay? The person who says the least wins. Get them talking. Get very good at asking questions, and then get very good at asking follow-up questions. You know what a great follow-up question is? Really? Tell me more. Why is that? Simple. Just do that. You can spend a whole conversation saying, really, why is that? Then what happened next? You could spend a whole conversation doing this. They could do 95% of the talking, and they're going to finish that conversation and think you're the most brilliant person they ever spoke to. You know why? Because they just listened to themselves for 95 minutes or 95% of the time. All right. Great. I love that. I love that. Mohammed, hang with me there. If you remind me later, I'll show my LinkedIn profile, but let's get through the presentation first. All right, now more warm leads. This is my favorite, folks. Referrals and introductions. And me standing here right now is proof. All right, you're here on Mike's regularly scheduled call. Some of you know who I am. Some of you have no idea who I am. But Mike introduced me to you. And the fact that Mike introduced you to you, and Mike tells you how brilliant I am. I could tell you how brilliant I am. But you're just going to think I'm cocky. You're just going to think that I've got a huge ego. But if Mike tells you that I'm brilliant, you trust Mike, you know Mike, and it sounds real. So even if you don't know who I am, it comes with built-in authority and credibility when you get introduced by somebody. So the easiest way to know what to say, well, the first time that you meet somebody is when you get introduced by somebody, that's no longer an issue, is it? They open the conversation. Mike says, "Hey, I want you to meet Steve Rosenbaum. He's brilliant." Thank you, Mike. All right. So this is one of my favorite ways. Now, let me give you an example. I'll tell you some great people to team up with in your neighborhood. About 10 years ago, I teamed up with a guy who was a radio salesman in Austin, Texas. I live in Austin, Texas. He sold radio for ESPN. He sold commercials for ESPN radio, right? This guy had been selling radio advertising in Austin since the 80s. He knew every single business in town. Now, when he heard about what I did, he said, "Hey," well, I probably helped influence his decision on this, right? But I got him to see that, look, we complement each other. I don't compete with you because I can make your radio advertising more effective, because when you hear something on the radio, it's gone in 30 seconds. But if you hear something on the radio and you get them to connect with me with digital marketing, we could follow up again and again and again and again. You could build your list from your radio commercial. So few people do that, by the way. Still, 10 years later, so few businesses are using their regular traditional media. I'm talking about radio, TV, magazines, newspaper. They're not using that to build their list and follow up, which is a huge, huge opportunity for you. Now, what that means is team up with people in your area that provide those services. Team up with people that sell radio advertising. Team up with people that sell advertising in magazines. Our case study is going to show you an example of that, right? Because if you get them on your side, they know all the businesses. They will introduce you because they think it's beneficial to them. I'll also teach you what I call the LinkedIn referral method. Mohammed asked about LinkedIn. I'll talk about that. I can't go super deep into the LinkedIn referral method today, but we'll have a follow-up call about that, or maybe I'll put that in my school group. All right, so there you go, guys. That's the importance of warm leads. Is that my last slide for warm leads? Well, okay, here you go. So where do you go for warm leads? Number one, joint venture partners. JV is joint venture. Mike and I kind of have a joint venture partnership right now, right? We talked about networking. Chamber of Commerce is great for networking. BNI, it's built right into the name, the business networking, whatever the I is for, okay? BNI is all about networking. And then LinkedIn is great for networking. And I have a specific way that I work with people to get great referrals from LinkedIn. And again, we'll have to follow up with that with another session, either here or in my school group or somewhere. All right, how are we going, folks? Let me get a sip of water here. Mike, any thoughts? Amit, you've been very quiet.
Yeah, I'm just listening from you because it has been an experience to listen. I've been doing it on the daily basis, but now I want to listen from you.
Okay. Mike, anything to add?
So look, I love the idea where to go, but in addition of that, I want to highlight again that you have to start from your first circle. It's very important. It's very simple, and it's a very popular step to skip by everyone that I met during all my career. I do not know why. Actually, that's the good question, but it seems like people afraid to offer something that they do to their first circle. I do not know why, because again, if they don't buy, they will don't buy, right? It's not your responsibility. You know how to do that. You can help them. If they need it, they will buy. Very simple construction. Very simple. But again, you already have a trust. You already have touch point with them. You already can offer something without any push and without any sales methods, mechanics, cold pitches, and somewhere else, even without any presentation. Just what are you doing right now? I do the marketing. Do you have do you need some marketing support now? I can consult in you for free, for example, at the start. And let's continue this conversation. That's actually it. And for me, it's just only one way. And actually, this is how I teach people how to start any sales. Thank you, Steve, for adding this on the fly to your presentation. I appreciate it.
I think it's a great addition. Thank you for that, Mike. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. So let's talk about our case study. And this is what I'm going to call targeted leads. This is kind of reaching out to somebody that's cold, that you might not know them, but you target them for a very, very, very specific reason. Okay. And that's what makes this so cool. Now I'm going to show you this, and this is a process, and I know you're going to love this. And then I'm going to show you the really cool part about this. All right. All right. So let me give you an example. I'm going to stop my presentation for a second, because I want to go full camera for a second. Stop screen. All right. Am I full camera now?
Yep.
Okay. So I want to show you something right here. Okay. So this is a magazine that comes in the mail to me. It's a sales flyer. This is called the Home Mag. They're in several places around the country. Okay. So this is the Austin North edition, because that's where I live. All right. Inside this magazine is nothing except businesses that advertise. That's all it is. That's all it is. Businesses that advertise services for the home. So you got landscapers. Here's a pool deck and concrete resurfacing. All right. Here's garage door service. Here's a window replacement. All right. So these are all, good sized companies. They're selling things for the home, and it comes in a magazine like this. Now, I'm sure, get something like this. Anybody watching, I'm sure get something like that. I'll show you another one. All right. Here's another one that comes called Lone Star Local. All right. Many of you probably get what's called Valpak, the blue envelope. All right. So let me show you a very cool strategy for sending targeted outreach. Now, the great thing about this is this can be somewhat cold in that you don't know these people, but because it's targeted, you can now reach out to a bunch of people with one campaign with the same message, and it makes it sound like it's directly right to them. That's what makes this so cool. Now, let me go back and share my screen. Let me show you what I did. So, share screen, entire screen. Okay, now we're seeing full screen, which says targeted leads, a cool case study, correct? All right.
Yep.
What you're seeing right here is about 40 individual videos. And if you notice, each one of these is different. All right. And you know what that is? Each one of these is a scanned image out of that magazine I showed you, that home magazine. So I took that home magazine, I cut it up, and I scanned every single person's ad. All right. There's about 40 of them. I've got a high-speed scanner that took me less than a minute. All right. Even if you don't have a high-speed scanner, it'll take you, 10 minutes? Then what I did was I created a message, 5 ways to get more sales from your ads. And I made a video. All right. And I recorded a video. And when I recorded the video, I left the left half of the screen blank. All right. So in this video was me talking about 5 ways to get more sales from your ads. Every one of these videos here is the exact same video. Video is about 3.5 minutes long or so. All right. And I go through, hey, I saw your ad in the home mag, and there's their picture right here. So when I go into my video editing software, I just take that same video and just put it, right on the same timeline, right next to each other, and then just drop in each picture. Here's video number 1. Here's the picture. Video number 2. Everybody with me? I only recorded one video, but then in my video editing software, I just duplicated that several times and then dropped in the image of their picture. Now, what's that look? That looks personalized, doesn't it? It looks very targeted. And then when I send the email out, the email looks like this. This is one of the emails here. This one is one of them that got the response from me. Dear Allison, is this your company? Looks like a video. It says, watch the video. I saw your ad in the home mag, and I made this short video highlighting 5 ways for you to get more sales from your ad in the home bag. Many of these are fast. You can literally start making new sales in days without having to wait for the next mailing. And I sent this out to every single person that advertised there. Then what do? Do I wait for them to call me? No, I didn't. If you notice, I've got lots of things in here for me to track. I can track, did they open the email? I could track, did they watch the video? I have a call to action here. Simply hit reply and let me know what interests you. So that's another one, right? Now, when they go to click on this, do you think this plays the video in their email? You know it doesn't, right? Obviously it doesn't. When they click on there, it takes them to a landing page that I created. Here's my video. Here's some case studies and testimonials, proof. And here's a link to schedule an appointment. Now, once again, I'm tracking all this. Who watched the video? Who watched more than one video? Who scheduled an appointment? All right. So when you're doing this, when you're tracking all these things, and you could track with GHL, you could track how long they watched the video, right? Did they click on any of these links and so forth? Now what you're doing is you send all these out. So many people, when they do outreach, the only way they're knowing they're successful if somebody contacts them again. But that's not the case with me. Because every time somebody took an action, I sent a notification to myself. I also created workflows that followed up. Hey, I saw you watch that video. How do you see that applying to your business? Click on this link. Let's get on a call. Who likes the strategy so far? Who sees why this is so much better than just cold outreach? You guys like that? Who likes it?
It's very personalized, and it looks like you did a lot of effort to get my attention, and it really worth some appreciation from other side. It's 100%. But I have a question: how to build these proposals on the fly? I don't believe that you did everyone, tailor it for each person. You have some trick here, I guess.
Well, a few things here. Okay, first of all, I don't have to build a proposal for everybody, right? We know I'm not going to get 100% of the people, right? So the proposal, the first thing I want to do, Mike, you're getting a few steps ahead of where I was trying to get. I'm just trying to get.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find the action takers, and then I'm trying to find the people that take that next step and they reply, they schedule an appointment. Those are the people we're actually going to follow up with proposals. But here was the great thing. Oh, you guys are all liking this? I'm glad you like this. Beautiful. All right, thank you, guys. But here's the big question. The big question was, how did I get the contact information? How did I get Allison's name that wasn't in the magazine? How did I get her email address? So guess what Amit helped me do yesterday? Now, I did this several months ago. And I used some different software, some very expensive software. But guess what? We used Richie. We used Richie to do this. And check this out. I said, Amit, help me out. And Amit, you're where? You're in Portugal, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I said, hey, Amit, help me out. Can your computer work from Portugal to Austin, Texas? So I said, let's look up this company here. This was a company that advertised in one of the magazines. I said, Amit, okay, let's look up this company. Good Guys Tree Service. So he puts it into Richie. Good Guys Tree Service, Austin, Texas. He puts it in, and guess what? Richie starts doing its work, and it pulls up all this information. This is the information I need to be able to do this. And I said, but Amit, can you get me the owner's name and contact information? And it did. It did. I had to blur it out here. That's the owner's email address, and it had their name. When I took a screenshot, it hadn't finished populating yet. But Richie got me the information I needed to be able to complete this outreach. How cool is that?
You know, it's in addition of your approach, it's good. But I mean, if you're gonna use Richie for finding some contacts and start the conversation to break the ice and follow up with these very high personalized emails with videos, it's really hard to say no to answer and say, hey, thank you so much for preparing this video, especially for me. I appreciate this, man. You are unlike everyone in the market that trying to sell just putting the generic emails to everyone. You did something special, especially for me. This is amazing. I love it so far.
Mike, those are the exact words I heard from numerous people. Wow, you're different than everybody else. Wow, I've never gotten an email like that with a video. You're exactly right. They literally said those very words to me. You're 100% right. Well, there you go, folks. That's it. So let me just leave you with a few tips for success. All right. Don't be boring, folks. Be different and get their attention. The videos got their attention. An animated GIF like this, but this is an animated GIF, by the way. It doesn't look that way in the presentation. This is an animated GIF, especially me. Okay. When I record this video, I purposely, hey, it's Steve. Good to see you. So when they see this animated GIF, it pulls up and it's me waving at them, right? All right. So the animated GIF number one in the email gets their attention. All right. So number one tip is get their attention. Do something different. Do recognition of familiarity. Well, when they see a picture of their ad, their company, their logo, right away, what are they going to do? They're going to say, what's this guy got to say about my ad? This guy made a video about my ad. Well, of course I want to know what this guy has to say about my ad. The brain, curiosity is very, very powerful. The brain won't let people pass that up. The curiosity is going to kill them. What the heck is that guy saying about my business? What's he saying about my ad? They're going to watch that video. That's curiosity. Give first to earn and build reciprocity. All right. What did I give? I gave 5 tips up front. Here's 5 tips. These are 5 tips, 5 ways for you to get more sales from your ad in the home. So I gave them 5 things. I said, you can do these things this afternoon. They're completely free. You don't even have to call me. Well, what do you think happens? They say, well, if this guy knows this, what else does he know that he can help me with? That's giving first and reciprocity, right? All right. Go for the click or the reply. So many people, they send out a business, they send out a message, they send out an email, and they push. They push out their message. They write this. They spend so much time. I get asked so many times, what's the perfect subject line? There isn't one, folks. There isn't one. Stop looking for the perfect subject line. It doesn't exist. It might work for some people in certain situations. By the way, there's 3 elements. There's 3 elements that have to happen before a sale is made. You have to have the right message to the right person at the right time. You could have the right message, but if you send it to the wrong person, or if it's not the right time, it's not going to work. And you might send that message today and it's not the right time, but you might send the same message tomorrow and it might be the right time. So you can't ask me what's the right subject line because all 3 of these things have to come together. All right. So the only way to really track and to really get information is you need to use things that are trackable. That's why I say go for the click, or even better, go for the reply. Replies are very, very strong, probably stronger than anything else. So I always have a call to action that's a link. Hey, click here to do this. I can track that. But then I always have, or hit reply. Tell me what's on your mind. How does this apply to your business? Let's get on a call. Always, always, always have something you could track. Always have a call to action. And I always ask for a reply. And you track everything. You might send out 100 emails. One more point, Mike, I'm going to finish up and it's all yours. You might send out 100 emails. maybe 30% of those get opened. Well, there's 70% of the people you don't need to worry about right now. They didn't even see the message. Of those 30%, maybe half of those clicked. Now you're down to 15 people. Okay. Now you've eliminated 85 people. You only have to worry about these 15 people. Maybe 3 of those people replied. This is the reality of a campaign, folks. This is the reality of what goes on. So don't send out a message thinking you're going to convince 100 people from something that you write. You got to send things out that you could track and you could follow up with the people that take the most action. And that, Mike, I'm done and over to you.
Everything you said is completely brilliant, I'm going to say. I just want to add a couple of sentences. I usually do that. I just want to stress some very important things. First of all, in Steve's approach, you can see that he didn't explain everything from the first step. He didn't explain the whole idea. He did just the first impression right. Did something different, did something unique, got attention, and kindly pushed to the second step. And second step is not the sales closure. It's not the contract. It's not the money on your bank account. Not yet. Absolutely. It's just a effortless next simple step. Like, if you're interested, click this button and tell me what you think about, or just let's do a call. Let's sync. Let's meet in person if we are talking about one city and if we are located in the one location. It's also the case, but it should be something that people can commit to without any doubts inside. It should be very, very simple to say yes. If you send the Stripe link from the very first meeting, from the very first message, you can expect, unfortunately, very, very low conversion rate. But instead of that, it should be very, 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 very simple and affordable for everyone. Like, send me reply, send me, I guess you have a lot of spam in your inboxes and some people trying to do it right. If you're interested, say yes. If you don't, say no. If you're interested, put me 1 in the reply. If you're not, send me 2 and something like that. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a good idea to make it effortlessly, to just put just the right number, 1 number, and push the send button. But when people reply to you, it's a trigger. It's the trigger. It's a green flag to you to continue this conversation and follow up with this person. It's very smart. Do not explain everything. Do the next step as easier as possible and explain how to do that exactly. Do not make the labyrinth from the answer. Make it straightforward, simple, and trackable, which is very important as well. Love it. Love it.
Excellent.
I think Ronan is right about it. Just like trying to propose to a woman on the first date.
Yeah, it doesn't usually work out too well, does it?
It's actually a very, very smart approach, because or conversion or not, you will know it very fast.
Yes.
In this regard, absolutely right approach.
We call that
Otherwise,
failing fast. Yeah,
fail
failing
fast, learn fast. Yeah.
All right, Eva, and Eva, Eva's great. Eva comes. By the way, I want to invite everybody at my school group too. By the way, because I've got lots more there. We'll do that in a minute. And Eva is somebody that is often in my school group. But Eva, you asked me what video tool did I use, and I don't know if I even want to recommend that because it's irrelevant. All right, use what you have. Use what you have and make it work. All right, so. I've got multiple ones. You could use any of them that you have. You could use Loom. I will tell you I use something called Hippo Video. Okay. I also have something called Dub. You know what? They all do the same thing. So don't get hung up on that. The reality is you could do this all in high level. You could use this all in high level. And that's by the way, for playing the video. If you want to know for editing the video, I simply use Camtasia. Okay. Camtasia is what I use for editing it. But I'm sure you could do it with Adobe. I'm sure you could do it with any of the other ones that I'm not as familiar with. I've just used Camtasia forever, right? So that's my go-to. All right. So if you're a video production tool, again, use what you have, Eva. That's why it's a process that matters. It's the process that matters. Okay. Thank you for the question, Eva. All right. May I show my school group? I'd like to invite everybody, and then I think you've got something you want to talk to people as well, correct?
Yep.
All right. So,
could you please put the invitation link to the chat, and we will highlight it to the stream?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. All right. I'm sharing my screen again, right? So let's go here,
Yep.
and it's school.com/apes. Apes. It's the I probably typed it wrong. Oh, here's a problem. Okay. So it's the Agency Profit Elevation School. All right, come here to apes, and I lost my feed here. I'll get it in a second there. All right, so but come over there, folks. When you come in, a couple of things I want to show you. Come in and first of all, introduce yourself. Second of all, if you come over here to the classroom, some of you asked for the information on A2P. It's right down here, the A2P 10 DLC resource guide. All right, so those of you that wanted that, put that there. I think maybe I'll make a video in the next few days. People that were asking about the LinkedIn referral method, I'll do that as well. But you're welcome to come join us in Apes, totally free, totally open to you, and we'll continue the conversation here. But I've recently done some strategy calls. I think you'll really like the Magic 8 email system, 7 school psychological success secrets, automate your success, and email marketing ninja tricks. All right, I'm working on the Epic MOR framework. You'll hear more about that soon. All right, but come on over and join us in Apes. It's a great community. Get involved. You'll see that I've got lots of things for you to unlock. All right, lots of goodies. So when you participate, there's lots of things that you could open, and I'm about to add a lot more stuff there. So we got a very active group, and I'd love to see you over here. All right. Let me stop sharing, and then I'll share that link in the chat.
I already did it,
It's
Steve,
already
and
there.
highlighted to the community. Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. Now, guys, now that I got them all excited about Richie and Boomerang, is everybody here? Does everybody here have these programs? Because they should.
Yeah, guys, if you already use it, please put plus in the chat. If you don't, minus also the great answer. Till we're waiting, I just want to introduce our promotions for this month and do the announcement for our upcoming workshop one more time. Again, next week from Tuesday to Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we're gonna set up everything together. We will sit like last month, like 1 month ago together. We will open the platform. We will set up the white label. We will customize the Richie. We will set up the inbox using Mailgun. We will put this inbox to the warm-up process. We will do all the boring stuff. But the good thing is last month, we did it everything together with all my explanation for just 1 hour. It's a real opportunity to start your business just for 1 hour in 2025 to be equipped for the full success with all needed AI tools in your hands. And to make it more exciting for you, we of course prepared some special promotions for the January. We name it like a kickoff promotions for 2025 to start it properly, to start it funny, and to start it with some excitement. We are offering 3 positions, three. It's like this, 3 positions right now. First of all, our best-selling unlimited agency plan with unlimited prepaid sub-accounts included in this plan for $4,000 a year. You paid once and you equipped with all the features, with all the possibilities of this product for a whole year to get a guarantee that you will succeed this year for 100%. It means 100% free platform. All the sub-accounts are prepaid and included. All access to Richie AI with all the prospecting features that Steve just highlighted. He just showed it up for us, less than 5% of all the capabilities of this beautiful tool. And also you will get all our support in our school group, in our community, and you can surround you with already successful people to do the best things together and actually get some excitement from them as well. The second offer is to make it simpler to start. We offer 33% discount for our quarterly plan. Our regular price is $717. With 33%, it will be something about $450. It means just $500 you will pay for a quarter, and you will get your first client 100% during this time to prove your new model, to prove your new business, and get the first recurring revenue by selling loyalty as a service to your clients. And the last offer, guys, last year we announced the guarantee. What the guarantee is? It's the special program designed by our team, by our marketers, very experienced guys, that can prove that you will close at least 10 clients during the next calendar 12 months, during the next year. We did this guarantee included in the unlimited agency plans last year. Right now, it's a already paid solution and paid option. But to make it affordable for everyone, we decided to provide you with 66% discount and provide you access for this private school community with 10 clients guarantee backed by contract. It's not just a word, it's a real paper that you will sign after accepting this offer for just $990 for the next 12 months. It means if you prefer to go all in this year, the best offer for you is to get Agency Unlimited for $4,000 plus get access to the guarantee and private school community for $990. It means close to $5,000 for a full year of all the services, all the features, all the educational stuff, and everything will be included in this price. It's not a big amount to invest in your future success. What do you think, Steve?
Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. This is a tool that will make you more money. This is a tool that will get your clients to stick with you a long time. So what does that mean? That means you increase your monthly recurring revenue, you decrease your churn, and that's the secret to those are the two things that make successful agencies.
100%. Add more, less. This is the way to success. Very simple. Guys, I also want to introduce you one very important thing that we actually started the new approach for hiring in our team. We decided to start hiring from our community because we see that a lot of people are really committed to the product, really loves what we do, and really ready to support us, some of them even for free without any paid compensation for it. We do not want you to work for the respect, of course. So we want to pay for it. We want to work together. We want to partner with you guys, as I prefer to say. We have a couple of open positions like customer success, customer support, community manager, UX UI designer, and so on and so forth, because previously in late December, we raised 1.5 million. Right now, we're going to grow like crazy. We do not want to stop. No way this year. Join us and let's speak together. And the last thing, we signed the contract and start partnering with Ariel Fieldman. I hope you know him. If you already participate in our Facebook community, he is very proactive and very successful agency from Latin America. He manages 200 more clients under his white label brand. And he will teach you in our paid school community 3 times a week, and join. Just grab this offer. This is amazing opportunity to learn from him, learn from his experience, just repeat his steps and get a guaranteed success. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. Steve, I want to say thank you so much for your presentation and for the pitch you had. It's amazing. I can sign above any word that you say today. It's 100% true, and it's a good knowledge, by the way. For me, it's a good reminder about how to do it right. I learned the game from you. Thank you so much for it.
I want to thank you and everybody that's here. Thank you. I always end by saying, I love you. I love your businesses. Let's go out and make your businesses successful, because that's going to make our businesses all successful, right? It's the most important thing is you making your clients successful, and customer retention is where it's at. And these are the tools to help you. All right, everybody, go out there. Have a great 2025, and I'm going to see you again very, very soon.
Yeah, for sure, guys. See you next week at our workshop. Thank you so much. See you soon later. Chat you then. Bye-bye.